We begin tonight here with the breaking news. Tonight, Florida bracing for what could be a major Category 4 hurricane. Helene is now forecast to make landfall with winds up to 130 miles an hour sometime tomorrow. This storm is massive and growing in strength at this hour. Tonight, there are states of emergency now in Florida, Georgia, and now North Carolina and Virginia, too. At this hour, Helene is a Category 1 hurricane, 460 miles south of Tampa, growing in strength. Parts of Florida could see up to a 20-foot storm surge, and torrential rain up to 18 inches could stretch all the way to the Carolinas. Hurricane hunters from NOAA flying into the eye of the hurricane. Its center you can see now clearly formed. On the ground tonight, Helene striking Cancun, Mexico, with tropical storm force winds and flooding rain already. Mandatory evacuations in place for 20 of Florida's counties tonight. You can see there the heavy traffic. This is Interstate 4 heading out of Tampa. Ginger Z is standing by with the new forecast just in, the timing and track of this hurricane. And Whit Johnson is in Florida on the emergency preparations. He leads us off tonight from Tampa.
Tonight, after hammering Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula as a tropical storm, flooding streets and taking down trees in Cancun, Helene is now a hurricane, gaining strength on a collision course with Florida. Interstate 4 packed with vehicles. Tallahassee, Florida's capital city of more than 200,000 people, directly in the path. Chris Osmar among many leaving today.
I got a bad feeling about this one. Like, we've never taken that direct hit.
If our community remains central in Helene's path as forecasted, we will see unprecedented damage like nothing we have ever experienced before as a community.
Put it back.
Our Victor Oquendo, south of Tallahassee, found John Turner packing up his waterfront restaurant, taking everything from the food to the furniture.
Being on the water, this is a different ball game, obviously, because you don't know with the storm surge what you're going to come back to, what you're going to lose.
And with the potential of 15 feet of storm surge, your restaurant...
Yeah, we may have one when we come back, we may not.
Down the coast, ambulances transferring patients out of low-lying Pasadena Hospital in St. Petersburg. And extreme measures at Tampa General Hospital, too.
This is what's called an aqua fence, a portable barrier that officials hope will help divert floodwater away from the hospital and keep the patients safe.
Helene expected to knock out power across the state. Officials say 18,000 linemen are already staged in high-risk areas and more are on the way.
And David, here in Tampa, you can see just how vulnerable some of these communities are right on the water. They're expecting up to 8 feet of storm surge here and up to 20 feet in the Big Bend area. Officials say the time to finalize those evacuation plans and get out is right now. David.
It'll look a lot different 24 hours from now. Whit Johnson, thanks for being there. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z. She's in Treasure Island, Florida tonight. Ginger, I know the National Hurricane Center is out with its newest forecast. You've been studying it. What do you see?
So, David, I see that the catastrophic and life-threatening flash flood threat is probably the biggest thing we have to talk about because it goes well inland. We're talking all the way to western North Carolina. We'll explain all that. But right now, the center of Helene is more than 440 miles to my southwest from the Bay Area here. And so it's going to jet north right now at 12 miles per hour and then rocket right into the eastern panhandle, that Big Bend of Florida, as a Category 4, 130 mile per hour max sustained winds. But do you see how it's still a Cat 1? Overnight into early Friday, south of Atlanta. That's why we're worried about trees down, and we're talking trees into homes all over Georgia and North Florida, and then also power lines and power outages. Macon, Georgia's in a hurricane warning, down to Tallahassee and Apalachicola, over to Cedar Key and Crystal River. Tampa Bay still in a hurricane watch, and those tropical storm warnings still up from Miami to Charleston to Asheville. And Asheville is part of why I want to talk about the rain and the flash flood threat. But let's first do that big surge that they've upped now on the latest forecast, 10 to 20 feet. That's like 2 stories of water pushing ahead of the storm, coming right onto land. That will easily take a home off of its foundation. So Steinhatchee down to Crystal River, Cedar Key involved there, 4 to 8 feet still for Tampa Bay. The winds will easily be hurricane force all the way nearly to Atlanta. So I think that could impact flights even early on Friday morning. And then that significant flash flooding. David, Blue Ridge Mountains, when you've got 12 to 18 inches of rain from the last couple of days and Helene, not going to be good.
So many states in the path of this, Ginger Z. We are glad you're there as well. Please, you and the crew, stay safe, and we'll watch first thing in the morning on GMA. Thank you.